Hello, Mr.E here. We're going to be looking at AQA Language Paper 2, Question 4. Question 4 is the biggie. It asks you to compare how the writers convey their different perspectives and feelings about an aspect of the text. It's worth 16 marks, and you should be spending around 20 minutes on this question. In this question, remember that you should be comparing, and you should be using comparative words throughout, not dealing with each source separately. You should also be focusing on the writer's methods and how they compare using the appropriate subject terminology. The question will ask you to compare perspectives and feelings of both writers, so you should be identifying what these viewpoints and emotions are and how they compare between the sources. So what's the examiner actually looking for? Well, here's the mark scheme for the top level. Now let's put that into everyday language that people will actually understand. Firstly, the examiner would like you to come up with some original ideas and not to state the obvious. They'd like to see you discuss a wide range of specific methods that both writers are using. They'd also like to see you use quotations well, preferably embedded quotations which are short and well chosen. Finally, they'd like you to explore alternative interpretations using exploratory language. So the first step is making sure that you get your annotations right so that you can write the answer easily. The key to this is making sure that you use your annotation and reading time at the start of the exam well. You might want to look at the English hack on question 1, which details this. During this time, make sure that you identify 3 main points of comparison for question 4. You'll be underlining the quotations you need to use, and you'll need to make links between the two sources, circling the techniques in each quotation. As an example then, we've got 2 sources and we found a link between 2 quotations in each source. From source A, "Ben, I heard James's cry. He was alive, thank God." And from source B, "would spring with them into the boat and save myself." Source A then gives a sense of camaraderie. It uses an exclamatory sentence and short simple sentences to convey the writer's sense of relief. Source B, however, shows the opposite, selfishness. The verb spring connotes some furtive behaviour, and the pronoun myself also connotes the selfishness. Now it's time to write our answer. This, my friends, is where you really need to push yourselves. You should be aiming to produce a 3-paragraph answer. Each paragraph should take you roughly about 5 minutes to write. And within each paragraph, you need to have a topic sentence comparing the sources, examples blended into your discussion, and also an analysis of compared effects, including reference in each paragraph to 2 to 3 techniques. So let's go back to our example for paragraph 1. We were looking, if you remember, at the idea of camaraderie in source A versus selfishness in source B. Have a look again at our notes. Let's see how that looks in writing. First, our topic sentence comparing that point with the 2 sources. Where the writer of source A is keen to express the warmth and camaraderie between men, source B contrasts this by conveying the selfishness of the man jumping ship. Next, our example, blended from each of the texts. Upon hearing James's cry, Fogel expresses bluntly that he was alive, thank God. Hudson's tone is much more self-interested, claiming that he would spring with them into the boat in order to save myself. Now we're going to analyse the compared effects, remembering to include at least 2 to 3 techniques. Whilst Fogel's exclamatory language and simple sentences create a real sense of relief, Hudson's use of the verb spring connotes less honest, even furtive emotions, and the use of the pronoun myself suggests further selfishness. Then you repeat this for the next 2 paragraphs, with different points. Good job, 16 marks in the bag.
See you next time for more great English hacks.